I started this video with rain and thunder because that's what's been happening here in Kuala Lumpur for the last couple of days, and it felt a little bit poetic in some ways because I wanted to share this video. Yesterday I had a telephone call from back home in the UK that I've been waiting for some time to receive. This has been a week of telephone calls. I've posted a video just days ago about the same thing. This one's a little bit different. It's been 497 days. That's how long it's taken from standing at the bedside of my father in his last moments and saying goodbye until yesterday. And yesterday was the day that I had the telephone call from the lawyer that we had hired, lawyer that my dad had used all of his life for his marriage, for his divorce, for the house that he bought, and then ultimately the house that we then sold as a family. And the lawyer called yesterday, 3rd of October, and said, "John, that is everything taken care of. The house is completed, the money's in, it's been shared out as per your dad's wishes. All of the bills are paid up to date, the council tax is paid, his gas and electricity, Virgin Media, everything has been taken care of." And I have carried that around with me till now. 16 months and 9 days of my life to get to this point. And it felt only right to come here and share it with you on this channel because I've shared so much of what's gone on just in the 9 months of starting this channel. And I feel like from today that the sun has come out, it's roasting hot. You can probably hardly see me for the sun shining on my face. But that part is over and I feel like I can move on now. It's Saturday the 4th of October now as I make this. And I'm going to go out tonight with Yvonne and have a nice dinner. But I just wanted to share a couple of things with you about this topic because I know there's a few people here watching whose relatives have recently passed away and are going through the same, dealing with an estate and everything that gets left behind, the chaos, the paperwork and everything else. And like I started this video with the rain and the thunderstorms rolling through Kuala Lumpur here, it does eventually clear and the sun comes out and it feels like a new day. I wasn't really intending this to be like a video of metaphors, but it kind of feels a little bit right. I also kind of feel a little bit like in some way the stars have aligned to just get to this month. It's October. October this month is Yvonne's birthday, the 15th. And the day before that is our 10th wedding anniversary. It's our 10th wedding anniversary, which is also our 30th anniversary together. And yesterday, the day that all of that was completed, was my brother's birthday. My brother and I have a bit of a strained relationship. Up until standing at my father's bedside in his last days, we hadn't spoken to each other in 17 years. We're very different people, and so we haven't kept in contact till we found ourselves at that bedside. Now, I want to tell you a little bit of a story here, a real personal story, right? I've shared about, earning salaries and walking away from jobs and everything else, and somebody asked me, was there anything good came out of all of that, like the salary and everything? And I've kind of pondered about making a video on that topic, like what good did come out of it, and there was good. But just to name one thing, in I think 2019, I got to a promotion when I was working at British Gas, and to celebrate that promotion I had the opportunity, and I took my dad on holiday. One of the few times that I had the opportunity to take him, not like being a kid when you're growing up, your dad or your parents are taking you away. The fond memories I have of doing that. But I was able to take my dad away. Now, my dad had never left the country other than to go to Spain and Denmark. Denmark with me when I was about 12 with a football team, and then Spain later as a holiday with me, and then later with his partner, and he would enjoy those trips. But I took him away and we went to New York in 2019. And it was funny because we were alone together. Yvonne didn't come with us, it was just me and my dad. And we spent 5 days in the city, and I just wanted to impress him, like show him the big city and how I'd developed my career and be able to treat him. And he always struggled with that because he didn't want you to spend any money on him. So you were always having to kind of do things sneakily on the sly, book the tickets and then make sure he had to go and not tell him about things till the last second. And when you were on that trip, he would do this kind of classic thing, and I see myself doing that, and that is that when you're in it, right, the way our brains work, the way my brain works, and then I see the way that his brain works, is that you're kind of flustered by the magnitude of it all. It's overwhelming at times, and you're trying to kind of take it all in, and then when it's done, when it's over and you're home and you've had time to process it, right, weeks later, you're like, God, that was amazing. And that was exactly what that trip was like. But when we were away, he told me two things. And one was that despite him raising me as a single parent all of those years, separated from my mother, he told me when we were sitting in a bar, an Irish bar, having a beer, that my mother had been unwell and that my dad had helped her out. And that really kind of flabbergasted me because, you know, as I was growing up, they didn't get on, would be an understatement. So to find out all these years later as a grown man, my dad's later years, that he'd gone back to help her out, take her to hospital appointments, shuttle her around because she couldn't drive, he could drive. And it was like, I don't know if I felt like betrayal or a loss of trust or whatever, as I sat there and listened to him tell me about that. But I asked him, why? Why after all these years did you do that? And he said to me, because she gave me you three. You three being me, my brother and sister. And so I kind of got it. I understood it and got what he was saying. And so I kind of let it slide. Now the second thing he told me that day, for the first time ever, was about his will. Told me where it was in the house and what would need to happen when the day came. Now in his mind at that point, my older brother would be left in charge. And in that moment I said to my dad, please will you do something for me and just make sure I'm included. Do whatever it takes to make sure that I can look after it for you, because I knew that I could deliver it right. I could use my experience, management, projects, everything else to just make sure it get done right. And I never heard anything more about that for about a year. I was back in Scotland, I was visiting with him. I'm actually going to visit the graveside of his partner who had passed away with cancer. And as we were driving over, he told me again, see that thing we talked about? Yeah, I fixed it. Okay. So I knew then that he'd listened to what I'd said and he'd gone away and done whatever he was going to do about that. And then I never heard any more about it. Until after he'd passed, to go look in that location, find the paperwork. And I thought what he would have done was he'd left me in charge of it to just deal with it, but he hadn't. He left the three of us in charge of it. I think that was his last chance to try and make sure we did something together. And so 497 days I've had to collaborate between my brother and my sister to get this all done, and it has not been easy. We don't agree on a lot of things, we have different perspectives, but we've kind of came together. I've been able to amicably at least talk to my brother about some of these things. So yesterday was his birthday, on the day that the lawyer called to say everything is done. And the last money was to be split between me, my brother, my sister, and my brother's daughter. So my dad looking out for all three of us and his only granddaughter. A working class man, a school janitor almost all of his life, lived in a council house for 50 years, left us just a little bit behind. And I'm immensely grateful. Immensely grateful. So I dropped my brother an email last night just to say happy birthday, thinking of you. Because that's what my dad would have done. Contacted us all the exact same way. Regardless of what relationships he had with the three of us, contacted us the same way, and was doing the same with my mother. Alright, I didn't set out to make this a sad video, I really didn't. Last couple of days I've been telling you about how to be successful on YouTube. Oh Christ. Now back to the reality. And I came here to sit underneath this, the KL Tower, because I can see it from my apartment window, and from over there it seems small in the distance. And when you come and sit underneath it, you realise how small you are. You see how small you are in all of this. So 497 days later, I can stand up and feel tall. Go and have dinner with my wife. Start to think about what comes next. And rest easy that everything is now